So I'm Mani Khoshbin. I made my money in real estate, primarily commercial real estate. I have the passion for cars, as you guys can see, but my journey wasn't easy. I probably went through 5 or 6 different businesses. I failed many times until I found success in buying real estate, adding value, flipping it for a profit. And I've been doing that for nearly 30 years now.
And so for your story, you grew up in Iran. What was going on, and what was the story for you to come to America?
Iran obviously had history of war with Iraq. At the time the war was going on, my dad had several brothers that got injured. One of them died from chemical bombs they used at the war. So 2 weeks before my 14th birthday, we decided to leave Iran, went to Turkey, was about to get a visa, and we came to US. None of us spoke a word of English except my dad. So I had a pretty rough start, if you want to call it. But yeah, as a matter of fact, when we first moved here, we went to a Motel 6. And after, a few nights, my dad figured out we're gonna run out of money. So we moved into a car.
It's crazy. What's it like to sleep in a car with 6 people?
It's not good. Yeah, it was a 1972 Datsun station wagon. It wasn't good. Sometimes you're subconsciously, you block it. You don't think about it. I look at the good times now.
Yeah.
But it wasn't good.
What were your parents telling you during that time? And how were they?
Well, my parents wanted me to go to college. So I attended 2 weeks of college, IVC. It's in Irvine. And then I realized, everybody's monkeying around, throwing paper at each other, pens. And I'm like, I showed up there with a briefcase. I'm like, wearing a suit. I'm ready to make money.
Really?
Yeah. And then after 2 weeks, I quit. And my mom didn't talk to me for like several months. She was very depressed and upset. But I was eager to make money, right? So at age 18, I started my own business, selling nuts door to door. That was my first business. It did great until health department fined me. They said, hey, you gotta have health permit every time you repackage food for resale, and I didn't know that. So I closed that, and I had about $20,000 saved. And then I realized, maybe I should put that to work. And one of our friends used to sell gas stations.
Okay.
Because at 20 grand you could buy a mobile gas station because you get 90% financing. I'm like, really? Yeah, I was I think 20 at the time. So we opened escrow. I put my $20,000 in a bank, gave me a loan officer, turned out to be a con artist, and I lost all my money. So that was my first real failure, back to zero. So, and then I went back to working at Winston Tires. Every time I was having a Porsche, Ferrari coming to a tire shop, I would ask them, I would say, hey, what do you do for a living? They would say, oh, either I'm an attorney, but 9 out of 10 times either they own a mortgage company or real estate, right? I'm like, wow, so real estate's good. So I got my license, and then one of the customers that used to come to Winston Tires hired me as a loan officer, and then I learned everything, and then I opened my own mortgage company. In 1993, I was 22 years old. Opened a mortgage company. I made $290,000 the first year. And that was my first taste of success. Real money, right? At 22, 23 years old, having that kind of money. So I bought a 500 SL. I bought a small little condo. I was wearing 3-piece suits, smoking cigars. That was like, I felt I'm on top of the mountain. And then rates went up and all my loans went dead. We closed that down. And then I figured, hey, I got a couple $100,000 saved. I realized discount stores are doing good, 99-cent only stores.
Yeah.
I said, why don't I do 79 cents a store, 79 cents plus. So I opened a 10,000 square feet store in Santa Ana, 79 cents plus, and started making good money. Then I opened a second location. That didn't do well. I closed that one down. And then Food for Less opened right next to me. They started competing with me, and I started going from making 20, 30 grand a month cash to losing money. So at that point, I'm like, this is my second failure. So I start selling my cars. I sold my condo, and after 2 years, I owed 200 some thousand on my credit cards, paying 20% plus interest rate. And everybody told me, file bankruptcy, because I owed money to Pepsi, Coca-Cola, Rockview Farms, all these vendors, right? They give me 30 days term. And so my accounts payable was going up. My sales were dropping because this big store opened next to me, competing with me. And I said, I'm not gonna file bankruptcy. This country is built on credit. If I file bankruptcy, I'm dead, right? So I fought and basically not fired, but let go of about several employees, and I called my parents to come and become cashiers. So I took me 2.5 years to kind of get to positive cash flow, and I ended up selling it for 185,000. And then I still owed more than I got from escrow from selling the store. So I'm like, okay, if I pay my credit cards, I'm still gonna be in the hole. So I opened the E-Trade account. This was December 1998. I opened the E-Trade account. I started trading stocks. So I got it up to 700 grand by September 1999. Then I pulled most of it out and I bought a shopping center and 2 REO homes. And that's how I started my real estate.
What were the skills that you developed at this early time that other people should be learning from? Because I definitely think one, it sounds like selling. And another thing you did, which I thought was amazing, is that if you're seeing someone that has something you're interested in, you asked. It sounded like when you saw these people bringing nice cars, like, what are you doing? Because I can maybe copy what they're doing.
Always surround yourself with people that are more successful than you. And also be curious, always ask questions. And I would say, take a sales position in anything, because when you do sales, you're interacting with people, you learn a lot. Everything almost in life is sales.
How do you think being an immigrant impact your success, especially early on?
Than anything, I think just the hunger in me, because I was rock bottom. I didn't have any place to go but up, Sometimes, life gives you challenges, or sometimes people cause challenge for you, right? You can either accept it and get defeated, or you can prove them wrong, So I turned my doubters or haters now into my followers. So your dream keeps growing with you as long as you have the drive in you to grow. If you really want it bad enough and you're patient, anyone can do it. I believe that. But you gotta have the drive, you gotta have the hunger, and you gotta have the never give up mentality, because surely you're gonna get to a point you're gonna have a dead end and you're gonna have to make a U-turn and find a different route.
How do you define success for yourself?
Well, to me, success is having the freedom to choose what you want to do when you wake up and being able to give back, which I think I've achieved. So, it's not how much money you have in the bank or how much is your net worth, it's being able to have the freedom.